and we need to match up.
Expect, this is Voice of the People. We try to amplify your voice. Your concerns are our top priority, and that is why you have to be aware of some of these changes and the challenges as well. Here on this program, we try to provide solutions to some of the problems, especially by increasing your finances, because I feel that is the only way we can contribute our own quota in terms of helping alleviate this issue or these challenges, by giving you hacks how you can make more money. Because somebody once told me that if you complain about the cost or price of a particular commodity, is because you don't have the money.
Yes.
If you have the money, you just go and buy and move.
And
so
move
that
on.
is exactly what we will be doing on this program. We'll give you some hacks that you could do,
make more money for yourself, to match up and meet up with the current economic realities. And we're going to be doing a little bit of that on the second segment of this show. Right now we're looking at headlines, but on the second segment we'll be looking at how to increase your profit margin as a businessman or a businesswoman, whatever business that you're in. We'll look at how you can adopt some of these tips that will be given you into your own business. It doesn't matter if you're a market woman, it doesn't matter if you're a cake baker, if you're a baker, it doesn't matter if you're an office person. All these principles apply to all the other businesses. So we'll be looking at that on the other segment of the show. But for now, we're seeing customs seizing 3 billion naira smuggled rice, and it has arrested about 344 smugglers of rice into the country. This is from Punch newspaper. The Nigeria Customs seized a total of 3.02 billion naira worth of smuggled rice between May 2022 and May 2023. This is according to the findings by the Punch newspaper. Data obtained from the service through its National Public Relations Officer, who is the Chief Superintendent of Customs, Abdullahi Maiwada, indicated that a total of 206,835 bags of rice were seized under this period of review. This came as rice farmers decried the incessant cases of smuggling of the commodity, as they urged the NCS and the federal government to step up the fight against smugglers. Data from the NCS showed that a total number of 1,745 seizures were made by the service during the 13-month review period. Punch also learned that the import duty on these seizures are about 1.7 billion naira, while the duty paid value was 4.74 billion naira. It was observed that the most seizures were done in June 2022, with about 266 seizures of 13,775 bags of smuggled rice that are worth 260.54 million naira. So it's just going down to give a little bit of breakdown to how much rice has been smuggled and by how many people, and how much it is worth if they had gone through the proper process of the proper documentation and all of that, how much they should have paid and how much it costs right here in Nigeria. So they're just doing that math for us. So reacting to the development, the chief PRO, the chief superintendent of the customs, has come out to say that we have our data and there is no country in the world that has stopped the activities of smugglers or smuggling to 100%. We also know how vast and porous the borderlines are, and we know the number of human resources we have, even though more are coming. Some are currently undergoing training and will be coming in next few months. We also have facilities that are coming in, so we are doing everything possible to make sure that we curtail smuggling to the barest minimum.
All right, this is a good one from the Nigerian Customs Service. However, their activity is going to be constrained by how porous our border is in this country, because a lot of entry points to Nigeria, some are even manned, some are unmanned. So that tells you that a lot of activities need to be done there. However, some of what we are hearing that the Farmers Association of Nigeria, rice farmers to be precise, complaining about the fact that the activities of smugglers is affecting them. We should also be very realistic. Yes, we encourage local consumption, but at times you look at the rice that we produce in Nigeria, when you go prepare it, really there is room for improvement. They need to do more in terms of the processing. You could see stones there.
You buy rice and you will still select, like you're selecting beans, you will still select rice. Join. Do you know how difficult it is? Rice is tiny. So you imagine selecting it. If
we
really
are
difficult.
able to be competitive, it will also discourage people from bringing in this product to Nigeria, or this food to Nigeria. Not even issue of them smuggling it, not paying the normal dues that they are supposed to. will even not patronize, even if they bring it in. And once they see that there is no market for it, would they bring it? You can only sell what there is market for. If there is no market for foreign rice, they will not be able to smuggle. So we have to make sure we take care of our own local production, our own local rice farming, and also the processing, which is also very key. There is a huge market for rice in Nigeria. We cannot satisfy our demand. We cannot meet up with the demand. So we just have to up our game in terms of doing that.
Looking at this issue of rice production, right? Earlier this year, the president, at the time, President Muhammadu Buhari, prior to his administration in 2015, Nigeria was the largest importer of rice in the world. So Mr. Godwin Emefiele had come out to explain that the country will no longer be importing rice, adding that a ban should be put in place, and has already been put in place. Yes. Checking all avenues through which the commodity can be brought into Nigeria has been blocked. Every single avenue through which the commodity can be brought has been blocked. So looking at the fact that we used to be the largest importer of rice in the world, we created the rice pyramid. I don't know if you remember that rice pyramid that we had last year.
We still have our reservations over that rice pyramid. Yes, of course, yes, Giselle, we have to say the truth, because when they did the rice pyramid, we were so happy that prices of rice is gonna crash in the market because there's gonna be enough supply. At some point, people were even making jest of the previous administration that some of those bags were not even containing rice. The pyramid were just inflated and kind of a show off for people to see that we have. But in real sense, we should have seen a kind of translation of that in price in the market of rice. For instance, we have enough rice, just like we said, show up the pyramid. We should see a decline or decrease in the price of rice in the market, but unfortunately we did not see that
level. We should even see the drop in how much smuggling we're seeing with rice.
So it's just a political parade. That is how I just described the rice pyramid of a thing.
That's what it was. But hey, at the moment, customs has seized about 3 billion naira worth of smuggled rice. Just imagine. That's very, very huge revenue. I wonder what customs will do with the smuggled seized rice. I wonder what they will do with it.
My guess is not going to be as much far from yours, because a lot of Nigerians I know will be asking this same question: what will customs do with those smuggled rice?
3 billion naira worth of rice.
We usually see some things. At times you could see posed auction of this, auction of that. At times you see them burning some of those confiscated goods. But you can as well lend your voice on the conversation, Abuja, by calling the studio line, because what we're saying here is just for you. Is a tip on the iceberg. What we want is your response, because we need to interact. And
imagine if we saw customs burning some of these bags of rice when homes in Nigeria, they do not have access to good rice. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know what customs will do with the bags of rice, but should they not auction as well? Should they not auction it at this point? Not auction, but like put it at a very, very cheaper rate. If bags of rice would cost 35,000 naira, they could be offering 30.
Yeah.
As a means of making revenue for themselves.
Let's hear from our listeners as well.
Exactly. Let's hear from you, right? What do you think about this? What should customs do with 3 billion naira worth of smuggled rice?
And perhaps if you have information as regard what they do with the ones they seize, you can as well avail us with that information. 0700 010 961 961 0700 010 961 961. That is the number to call. You can either call us a normal call, or you call us via the WhatsApp portal. You can also send us SMS and also WhatsApp message. And don't forget, we are spread across all social media handles at VOP961. You can watch us live on YouTube, just like what we're doing here. You can watch live
at the YouTube moment. That's what live means. Right now, if you open YouTube and search VOP961, you see us there.
Yes.
You will see Ali there wearing suits, looking dapper.
And you will see how beautiful Gisere is this morning. I don't want to talk much, but you will certainly see. I'll just go there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our handle. We have a call here. Okay, let's hear from this caller.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Joseph.
Joseph, you're welcome. Hello.
Are you hearing me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
And the talk like say no know
Sorry, say that again. Say that again.
I think I was just
Okay, Joseph, there's a serious issue with your line.
Ali was asking what they used to do with the rice.
Oh, okay.
The rice.
Go ahead.
Talking about the question of price, and that is because the water they produce here is not that good. It's not that we don't have people that produce water like here in Kaduna State.
Are you calling from Kaduna? Did I hear Kaduna?
Yeah. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we're having a bit of challenge with the network. Could you please call
us
back?
back?
Yeah,
exactly.
please just call us back.
Thank you so much. Please do also call us back 0700 010 961 961. We're trying to find out what customs does with seized this smuggled rice that is worth 3 billion naira. They've arrested the smugglers, but the rice, they are not the smugglers. They cannot arrest the rice. So are you releasing it back to the
he's
public?
calling back. Let's see if we could have a better communication now, because the point he's trying to make is very important. Yes, I think it's better now.
Go ahead.
I said, if we will have rice that don't have sand inside. Yes, you can
rice
see
that
rice that is no sand, but it is not much. And the reason why people are importing like this is because those big men are patronizing them. The day they stop patronizing that is foreign, that is you see that foreigners know.
Okay.
Yes, my contribution of what they do to the site is that I know they will think among themselves. The better the action is themselves.
No, but we are not too sure that they will share it among themselves, Mr. Joseph.
I'm very sure of that.
How are you sure? Do you have a video? Do you have a picture of them sharing smuggled rice? Do you have proof? Is what I'm asking.
Okay, let me ask you. I want to ask you one question. Okay, how many times are you seen customs auction rice or anything they see?
They may not auction rice, but at least they auction cars. They auction they auction cars.
And they burn rice as well. We see them destroy a couple of bags.
No, that is not what the thing that they bought, that have expired, like all these frozen chicken.
How do you know it's the one that has expired? Joseph, how you take no? Are you working in customs?
No, I'm not working in customs, but the one that they show us, they see that this is a chicken. That is where they are. That's where they make money. But rice, I've not ever seen them burn rice. I've never seen them burn rice.
All right, so Joseph.
I know that.
Hello?
Now chop the chop.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, for your contribution on the program. Abuja, you can also call to share your own opinion, because your opinion matters the most. This is Voice of the People. We give you the opportunity to for your voice to be heard. That is exactly what we do on this platform. Do well to call. The studio line is still open, free, 0700 010 961 961.
Mr. Joseph is of the opinion that, in his words, they chop them.
They share among themselves.
They share among themselves.
That's quite funny, though.
So go ahead and let us know what you think about this 3 billion naira smuggled rice that has been seized by Nigeria Customs. Okay?
And more serious, on a more serious note, another thing that he said is what I said earlier on, that once there is no market for it, they will not be smuggling it into Nigeria. And he was saying that it is the big men that are patronizing them. But even the smaller men, the average men, the you and I that don't want to be eating stone inside rice, we try to patronize the foreigner so that everybody wants to enjoy their meal.
You buy smuggled rice, Ali?
I'm not saying I buy smuggled rice. Don't quote me wrong. Don't quote me on it. But really, that's the truth. Although he said there's good rice in Kaduna, this is what he's sharing with us, that there are stone-free rice in Kaduna. That is what he's telling us. So, Abuja, you can also be heard on this platform. You go ahead to call us. But we'll be going on a short break. When we come back, we will now go on the other side of the program that is talking about the second segment, where we'll give you some life hacks in terms of increasing profitability of your business. Yes. Stay with us, Abuja, and don't move a muscle.
We are
Strap on your helmet and get ready to face off.
Cycling, boxing, and the king of them all, football.
Kevin De Bruyne!
Sport Lounge. Every weekday from 5 p.m. on Voice of the People 96.1 FM, Abuja. Sport Lounge. Your perfect guide into the world of sport.
Profit in that particular situation is 5,000 because it costs 15,000 naira to bake that cake and you decided to sell it at 20,000 naira. So your profit is the difference between the 15 that it cost you and how much you sold it for, which is 20. So that's 5,000 naira. So as many of those cakes that you sell, your 5,000 naira can be plentier. Do you understand? You can accumulate as many 5,000 nairas as possible. Basically, that is what profit is. So we're talking about increasing your profitability as a business, you need to start looking at it, because looking at our current realities, we need to start making money for our businesses. We need to start making profit for our business. Every business can improve its profitability.
Of course.
Every single business.
You can do that. And also, without missing words, you need to also understand, before we go into details and giving you the hacks or the tips you need to use or to follow to have an improved profitability index for your business, you have to also understand the role of turnover in business. Yes, the 5,000 naira she mentioned, just like the example she gave, with 5,000 naira is your profit. That is your profit. But turnover is how many times you make sale and how many times that profit comes to you. For instance, you may tend to sacrifice the amount you get as profit in place of turnover. Let me give you an example so that you understand better. If you make 5,000 naira from selling one cake, and in a week you sell 10 pieces of cake, which means you're going to have 50,000 naira as your profit for that week. You sold 10. And if, for instance, you have the opportunity to sell for 3,000, to sell and make profit of 3,000 naira per cake, and within that 1 week you will be able to make 20 sales, which means it's going to give you a 60,000 naira profit. So you could see within 1 week your profit is 5,000, you're able to make 50,000 naira as profit, while when you brought down the profit to 3,000, you made more sales within that same period,
and you made
which
more
gives you 60,000, which makes it you got more profit within that period. So it's very key. Before we go into details, I think we'll have a caller. Let's see what we would have from this caller before we
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for this topic you bring up. It's just a calling back on All
right.
Yeah, I want to ask, as a businessman now,
Yes.
I bought something of 10,000.
Yes.
And before I could sell it, a customer came and asked me how much is that good.
Yes.
So for me not to make a mistake, I called the person I bought the product from him.
That's your supplier.
Yes, and the person told me that, hey, na 10,000 buy am that time, but now in this he paid for 11,000 or 10,005. So if I could sell that product for like 12,000 or 12,500, did I ship the person I wanted to sell the product?
I'll answer this question. We'll certainly answer you. Just stay with us and we will give you an answer to this question. You know, the truth of this matter is that a lot of people in Nigeria will tell you that it is market. It depends on how I sell my market, because if I go back to order for more, the price is going to reflect the new pricing. But let's now put ourselves into let's use this school of moral thought. Morally, if you look at it, I think it's better you sell it based on the previous price, because as at when you bought the goods, you bought it at 10,000 naira and you want to sell it. It depends on how much you are selling it. That one is not a problem. You know how much profit you want to get, but you cannot use the current price in the supplier's book to sell what you already bought with old price. That is your old stock. It is your old stock.
Exactly. Except you're getting new stock.
If you bring
and that's
new
the
stock,
new stock that you are going to
to reflect that new price. That is on the moral school of thought. But what is happening in real sense in business, not even in Nigeria, globally, that is what people do. People tend to make the essence of business. Of course, we said from the onset that it's to minimize cost and maximize profit. So people look at it as an avenue for them to make more money. A typical example is just what happened recently with the issue of fuel price in Nigeria. The price, the fuel that were already in stock in the farmhouses, they have been subsidized. They were supposed to sell them. Yeah, they were supposed to sell them for 195 naira. But immediately the subsidy was removed. The NNPC 2 days after, not even up to complete 48 hours, NNPC reviewed the price and it
started
reflected
selling at
the
540.
new price.
Meanwhile, they already bought the product. They already brought in that product
And-
at 190.
Yes, Melekari also.
Exactly.
Melekari was on live TV saying that is the practice in business generally if you go. But we have to also consider the moral part of it. You did not buy this goods at the new price. You bought it at the old price. So sell it at your normal profit. Then when you go back to the market to replace replace your goods, then you know what how the new price will now reflect. That is on
Somebody
the
is
moral
out
school
there
of thought.
listening and you may know, like,
Don't
that
mind
one is
him.
for your
Don't
pocket.
mind-
Ali is just there talking his own, making custom markets now.
So we have to be realistic. This is on the moral side of it, but the market
But
part of it, what
Especially
determines
when it has to do with making money. Some people don't see that. They
Yeah.
don't consider that. They just look at it as it's a money making avenue. Let me make more profit on the old.
So I won't really say you have cheated the person, Mr. Peter, Joseph rather from
Yeah.
Kaduna. I wouldn't really say you've cheated the person, but the real thing is that
I think the cheating is for you to judge. Now you go judge yourself.
but
You're a
we've just
businessman.
given you the analogy. This is how it is.
Yes, so you decide. All right, so we're looking at ways to increase your profitability as a businessman. It doesn't matter what kind of business that you're doing. These principles, they're general principles that you can adapt to fit your business, right? So you can't say, oh, because Gesere didn't use my business, my style of business as an example. Let's say you're into thrift. You're into thrifts right now, right? You buy Benda Select clothes. Let me put it like that. So somebody listening will be like,
It's
what's
better
thrift?
now. Google the check dictionary. I beg.
So, okay, clothes, right? You're in that business. It's still the same principle that applies to a cake seller. It's the same principles that applies to yours. You just have to adopt it to fit exactly what you do, right? So we're giving you a couple of ways to increase profitability in your business, because every single business needs to be able to make money so that there's longevity, there's posterity of business, especially in a country that needs the businesses, small businesses. So number one way is to manage your costs. When you're looking at businesses, right, you're looking at what is profit, like we explained before, cost of production, selling price minus the cost of production, right? So you have on one side selling price, you have on the other side cost of production. What can you do? Look at your cost of production. What areas can you reduce the amount of money you are spending? Let's say, for example, you used to go to the market. Let's say you're a cake seller. Let me use that as an example. You go to the market 5 times a month. Can you reduce it so that your transport money will not be as much as that five? Let's say you reduce it to 3 times.
Yeah, you reduce cost.
Yes, so automatically you're reducing that transportation fare. So that means that you would have bought in bulk. Or you can even reduce it to once a month or twice a month, depending. You buy in bulk. And what that does is, number one, the cost of buying in bulk is cheaper than when you buy things pieces.
Yeah.
So I'm buying a carton. That means they've probably removed 500 or 1,000 naira or 1,500 from the cost of if I was buying all these things sachet by sachet by sachet. Do you understand? Right? So you can actually look at reducing transportation, reducing the cost of your business. Number one is your supplier. Are you getting the best deal from your supplier? Can you negotiate better terms, in your business? How you guys work? Can you negotiate something better for yourself in a way that it reduces costs and is also effective for you and that person? Because let's not forget, you cannot shortchange him. He no go agree. So you have to give a deal that benefits both of you, but also helps you reduce your cost of production. Number two, your finances. We're still looking at managing costs. So in your finances, do you need to review your facilities? That's the things, the products that make you the most money. Let's say, for example, you sell cakes. Does chocolate cake make you the most money than red velvet? Do you need to start marketing chocolate cake more than red velvet? Red velvet is still there's an option, but when you are advertising your business, you put your chocolate cake out there because it makes you the most money, right? People like it the most. Let me put it that way. People like that chocolate cake the most. So that means that demand is high for that particular chocolate cake. So are you going to focus more? Focus more on that particular product as opposed to saying, buy my cake. You're saying buy my chocolate cake.
And also in terms of finance, how you generate your capital, where your source of capital. For instance, you may decide to take a loan. If you are really going to take a loan, you have to look at which loan facility will give you the best deal in terms of time frame, capital repayment, and also the interest rate. You have to look for the best possible interest rate before you adapt. So it's also very key at that.
You're looking at your space as well. Do you pay rent? Have you examined if you're getting the most out of your space? So let's say, for example, you're a farmer and you have your farm very, very far from you, but you have a very large land where you live. Can you just portion out a part of it to be planting some of the goods that is in high demand in your space, so that you can make money from the ones here as well? You can pull that in. It reduces transportation time as well from the farm to your house. So can you find a way to make use of your space? Can you sublet some aspects of it?
Yes, and I also think there is a hack I'm going to give this time around, but I'm giving it to those guys that do salon, talking about barbers.
Okay.
Most especially if you go to these major estates in Abuja, you discover that their hair salon is very good, very spacious, and especially weekend, you see a lot of customers coming there. It's an avenue for you to understand that place is a market for you to sell other things. Not only barbing alone can thrive there. You can have a kickstand. You can sell clothes. Especially the guys. I'm giving you this hack. Guys will patronize you. All this. If you we talk about but now first grade, bring shirts, bring jeans to those barber shop there. You are running the barbing salon, you are making money from there, and you're also selling clothes there. You are utilizing that space. Initially it was just for barbing, you pay rent for barbing, and now you are selling clothes there, making more money. So it's a hack that we're giving you exclusively on VOP 96.1. You're gonna thank me later.
So even apart from that, right, you can even rent out a portion
of it. Yes,
you can rent out a portion of your space, whatever the person wants to. If you find a way to incorporate it into your salon, you can go ahead and do that. But you can rent out that space and be making money off of that rent, as opposed to just having a big space that you ordinarily would not use or utilize. Do you understand? So you have to look at your key cost areas and ensure that you are making the best of what you have. Production, when it comes to production, have you assessed whether you can cut waste or lower the cost of your materials? For example, now you buy things at Maraba, you buy things at Wuse Market, but you notice that Maraba Market is cheaper. You've calculated how much will it take me to Maraba.
You factor your cost of movement.
Exactly, cost of movement. And then you go to Maraba, you find out it's cheaper. You've saved more money buying from Maraba. It's the same quality of materials, the same thing, but you bought it cheaper at Maraba as opposed to buying from the market close to your house in Wuse too.
You are saving more cost and making more profit. And one thing you should understand, that anywhere in your business that you are able to save costs, which means that cost you are saving, that amount goes directly to your profit. It increases your profit. It's just like when you are taking in money from your business for your personal consumption, that reduces your capital directly. It goes directly to your capital, so it doesn't affect your profit. That is the accounting part of it. If you know what accounting says about it, is talking about entity concept, that all your asset, liability, and what have you of the business is quite different from that of the owner. And it is called drawings, whatever you take directly that you use away from your business. So your business expenses and what have you should be quite different from yours. And for you to understand how bad it is, and that is one of the major reasons why most small businesses don't survive in Nigeria. We tend to eat up from what we do. You say, I will make profit now. I'm expecting I will make 2,000 naira from this. Okay, let me just take 2,000 naira from this business. If that profit comes, I will replace it. No, in accounting, you are taking away from your capital. It goes directly to reduce your capital. Yes, it goes directly to affect your capital. So for you to understand how important it is not to take money away from your business until and unless you have balanced your book, you know that you have made profit. Okay, this profit, I'm going to take this for my personal use, while this I'm going to plow it back to the business in order to expand. So that is it.
Hey, God. Hey.
And that is where we're going to wrap up today.
This is a TED Talk. See, I need to finally you. steam they come up for your head.
Don't worry. This is
Oh my
VOP
God.
96.1 FM. You can get this and more. This is just a tip of the iceberg. You can get more if you stay with VOP 96.1. And don't forget, go across our social media handles at VOP 961 on Twitter, on Instagram, and you can watch us live on YouTube. We are there live.
And it's not just watching. You have to
like-
engage. You have to lend your voice to what exactly it is that we're talking about, right? Since we're talking business today, let us know some of the hacks that actually helped you in your own business. You're
that
a
we
small
share
business
with
owner.
our other listeners.
Yes. So no man is an island. The thing I don't know, Aliyu knows it. The thing Aliyu doesn't know, Joseph, you know it.
Yes.
Do you understand? So we're a pool of resources here. So let's help each other and help ourselves grow our businesses in different ways. You've been listening to Business Around Town right here on the station that cares so much about you. We are the voice of the people. Abuja. Thank you so much for listening to us. Gisira is my name.
And Ali Doma is my name. Stay with us and don't change your dial, because up next is another interesting drama that will be coming through your speakers. You don't want to miss any of the content that will be coming through.
Good morning. Have yourselves a wonderful day.